Salutations. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear the music? Do I have to bring one or the other up? Let me know. Let me know. Is that music a little low? I can handle that. That a little better. That a little better. How's that? Said down a tinge. All right, bring it down a tinge. Boom. Down a tinge. And good evening, everybody. Good evening. Appreciate everybody that pulls up, watch this on the back end, man. Y'all know the spiel by now. For those who don't know or may be new or whatever it is, I go by the name of Jedi, man. Nice to meet y'all. You know what I'm saying? We always start off our broadcast with a little caffeinated beverage, man. I know it's a little late for y'all on the East Coast, but hey, it's right in the evening. It's right in the evening. It's 5 something over here on the West Coast. So I'm having my last caffeinated beverage of the day to help me through the broadcast, keep the energy up for y'all. Now I'm talking about. But shout out to y'all. Train, what up, though? Hayes, what up? But yeah, man. Y'all seen the thumbnail or the description or whatever it is. Whatever it may be. We got some things to talk about today. For real. Cause for one, your boy had a little bit of extra time to cook up in the lab to get it together. Your boy been getting it together. Your boy been figuring out new setups, new tech as they call it. You know what I'm saying? Getting it together over here, making it happen. You know what I'm saying? Finding new ways to inflict pain in these Street Fighter 6 streets because, for whatever reason, and we shall speculate on this, dawg, because Capcom has opened up the Street Fighter 6 beta for all of us who had it earlier. Not sure why. Not sure. Don't matter to me. But it's been open and your boy been getting it cracking, and it feels like a brand new game all over again. You know what I'm saying? Same game, new excitement. It's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? For those who haven't, take heed to that, please, and thank you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, yo, Sim, what up, though? How you living, player? Matter of fact, we're gonna talk about that just a little bit, but if they still letting us in, if they still letting us cook a little bit, we're gonna go right back into that lobby. Know what I'm talking about? But shut up. All right, sorry. But yeah, this morning someone just happened to check the console servers for the Street Fighter 6 beta, and lo and behold, Open Sesame happened. Yeah, people up in there getting busy, running all around, running. They were walking around, getting out, and they had walking around money, and they was buying some shoes. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not sure if people were playing matches against each other or not, if the matchmaking was open, because by the time I got in there, it was not open. But nonetheless, people were able to get into training mode. People were able to, if they have another person, like right there, the couch co-op is available, or couch multiplayer, not co-op. But through the training mode, you can do 1v1 matches. Now, I'll tell you this much. It don't seem like a mistake no more. Because mistakes usually those type of mistakes usually get, handled, taken care of pretty damn quick. This is something a little bit different. This is a little different. The servers were up for about 6 hours. I ran the demo for a minimum of 5, from like 12 to 5 p.m. Here, I tell you something. Them joints was up. Them joints was up. Now, is this some type of breadcrumb being laid down that we're gonna have a larger open beta? Could be. Could be. I believe it is. And it's not just because one server was open, but multiple were open. This didn't just take place in North America. Asian servers were open as well. I don't think these types of mistakes would happen internationally, all across the world, all at one time, unless they were planning for something bigger than that. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're gonna be getting another open beta sooner rather than later, and this joint is probably about 2 or 3 months out from release. It wouldn't surprise me if we end up getting the release date for February at the Game Awards. I'm pretty sure that's what we gearing up for. I don't think this was a mistake at all. I think, they just weren't ready to drop a trailer. They weren't ready to drop another trailer, or didn't want to for whatever reason. This is another way to get people talking about the game, because I tell you this much, everybody was buzzing about this game today. And in my opinion, it's genius. It's genius in my opinion. This kind of looks like the Street Fighter 5 beta, if you think about it. Yeah. Well, except the Street Fighter 5 beta was worse, because even people who didn't get into the closed beta for Street Fighter 5 got into it because of the hacks. Like, they're like, actually Street Fighter 5 is worse. But yeah, it's very similar. Very similar though, nonetheless. So I got January. I see, like, it's already about to be November. Like, I would think that they would give at least a couple months of promotional time. I don't think that they would go into November saying that we're gonna, or not even saying that they're gonna drop in January. You know, I think they would give themselves at least a couple months of prep time. You know, to really ramp up promotion. I think at the Game Awards in early December, they announced the release date, and I think the release date will be mid to late February. I think they're going to give themselves 2.5 months to promote the game. You know, promote the game properly. Said, well, just some history. We got a Street Fighter V open beta in December 2019. Yeah, it said 2019. You mean 2015? Street Fighter V came out in Street Fighter V officially came out in 2016. The betas were all in the year prior. But yeah. It wouldn't shock me at all that we get a beta sometime this winter. Sometime this winter, we're like they're gonna have another beta. Like, they wouldn't just open the servers back up like this for no reason. Something is gonna happen. When and how available it'll be, we shall see. But something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. Said, my bad, that was tournament mode. Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, the tournament mode thing. Yeah, for the champion edition. I remember that. But yeah, nonetheless, your point still kind of remains, because Street Fighter V did get an open beta, if I'm not mistaken, in late 2015, before the game launched in February. But we'll see what ends up happening afterwards. You know, after all of this. Like, this is a very, very, weird time. You know, like, 2015 and 2022 are drastically different periods of time, in which, nowadays developers themselves leak things about their games, and it's a way of promoting. That's how developers and publishers, promote their games when they don't want to show off official trailers, things like that. Yo, kitten, what up, though? It indeed is the Jedi, the great one. It is. How goes it, kid? Tell my dog I said, what up, though? Ant dog, what up, man? How you living? But yeah, man. To everybody's surprise this morning, them Street Fighter servers was wide open again, and it was packed. Like, man, people was fiending to get back in them Street Fighter servers, boy. They fiending to get back. They like, yo, man, go ahead, release this to the public, baby. Man, they got them one. They got them one. And I don't think we far out from release. I've been predicting February this whole time. I think we lining right up to that. So I can't believe they did that. Yo, man. Isn't it ironic that a week after it gets hacked on Steam that they open up the servers on console? The irony of that, Are they still open? Let's see. I don't think they are. I don't think they are. I think it served its purpose. They left them open for a full day, for a work day anyway. Nah, the servers seem like they're closed now. Yeah, it seems like the servers are closed. But hey, that served its purpose for sure. That definitely served its purpose. It's got everybody excited again. All of a sudden, you go down the timeline for Street Fighter 6. All of a sudden, people throwing up new combo videos, new gameplay videos. They can't tell me that wasn't by design. Can't tell me that wasn't by design. It's brilliant by Capcom, by the way, too. It's brilliant. You're actually giving us less than we had before, and we're going even crazier about it this time around because we didn't expect it. Brilliant. Brilliant. We ain't do nothing but play a damn training mode for hours. Man, me and Agent was in Discord, man. We was up there. We was zoned out. Talking to each other about, about what we was learning and, like tech, exchanging tech and all that. Telling each other what we learned and all that, man, we was in there, tweaking. We in there tweaking. Ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't even make sense. It don't even make sense how hooked everybody is on this game right now. It don't even make no sense. Oh, man. Shout out to Capcom. They literally shadow dropped the servers on us and broke the internet. Shout out to them. Man, if they announce an open beta, they announced that open beta, everybody gonna be open now. Tripping. It got Ant double mad online. You know what I'm saying? Ant was online double mad today. That man want a code. He missing out on all this crack. He missing out on all this crack out here. Said fiending ain't the word, Sim. I'm telling you, fiending ain't the word, fam. Like, whoo. Like we're past the honeymoon phase. At least I am. I'm past the honeymoon phase as far as this game is concerned, right? I had a chance, and that's the reason why I really didn't put out a video, like detailing my impressions of it, because I didn't want to throw the video out while I'm still just in this honeymoon phase, just gushing about the game. I'm like, oh, I got a chance to play it. Oh my God, I played it before the game came out. Oh my God, I'm so happy and all this. Like, nah, I don't want to be like that. I truly want to, collect my thoughts, my feelings, my likes, my dislikes, my pros and cons, and things I think they could improve on leading up to release, etc. So I say all that to say, I'm not in the honeymoon phase. I'm very, very lucid in my thoughts and my approach and how I'm perceiving this game, and it is still a beast. They got him one, and mind you, we haven't even seen all of the roster yet. We haven't even seen half of the roster, but what they got so far, man, they got some heat. They got heat. I actually had a chance to extensively go through the training mode today. The training mode that they have is perhaps the best training mode I've played in a fighting game. all the tools, they have tools in that game that people charged for. People charge for the kind of tools that are just included in this game. Namco was literally charging people for frame data. This implementation of how they break down frame data to make it easy for the layman to understand is better than I've seen any other game do it, including Street Fighter V. That also attempted to do it also. Oh man, the training mode, like it breaks down everything comprehensively. Like what DNF did really well, it broke down very, very specific scenarios and teaching you how to adapt and react and whenever those scenarios present themselves, right? Like somebody jumping in, somebody applying pressure, you know, getting used to using your defensive options, etc. Street Fighter 6 rather does all of that. They do all of that on top of the frame data, on top of everything else, on top of being able to record your opponent doing things so you know how to defend against them. The stuff that's traditionally in training modes. They did it all right the first time. They did it all right the first time. They didn't just give us a rinky-dink walkie-talkie product at launch and then later on patch it up to what it should have been in the first place. It seems like they're doing everything right the first time, man. And if you haven't done so, I'm gonna get my, you know what I'm saying, obligatory, you know, YouTube spiel out the way. Be sure to like, subscribe if you like the content, if you haven't done so already. If you think somebody would appreciate the conversation, share it with them. You know what I'm saying? Don't withhold the great one to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Oh man, the training mode. That's all we had to do. That's all we had, you know, at our disposal today. But that was all we needed. Gave opportunity to people, you know what I'm saying, to people who didn't hack the game last week. Gave them an opportunity to actually, you know, get a little bit more lab time in, and I appreciated that. But at the same time, it also let me know how long these next few months are going to be. These are going to be a very long few months. Man, oh man. They need to test the servers for mass people. I think that's what they're gearing up for, Sim. I think they're gearing up for that. I don't think we're going to wait long, man. I think we're a little bit over a month away. I think, you know, like around the time you get done playing God of War Ragnarok, or, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is you're playing, you'll have an open beta. You have an open beta around there. I think some big announcement is going to happen at the Game Awards, and I think the Game Awards will be the release date and open beta that weekend. I think it's going to be another shadow drop. I think it's going to be another shadow drop, because I mean everybody's going to be paying attention to the Game Awards. You know, a lot of people are going to be paying attention. You know. Or, hey, it would be nice. It would be nice. It would be nice if they also did it over the holidays too. You know, because there are going to be a lot of people getting, you know, PlayStation 5s for Christmas. There are going to be a lot of people getting Xbox Series X's for Christmas. I mean, I was just gonna leave it on the tuck. But hey, man, your boy went ahead and busted a move, right? Your boy went ahead and bust a little move, right? I had to go. I got a 3090. I got a 3090. I know I just got the 3070, but that's the reason why I got the 3090, because I can still take the 3070 back. I got the 39. I got the 39. I couldn't pass up the deal, man. I couldn't pass it up. I couldn't pass it up. Man, what you want me to do? What you want me to do? I had to do it. So your boy gonna be on these 3090 streets out here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. I digress. It might be a good move to wait until the holidays. Let it be over Christmas. Let the open beta happen over Christmas. People are going to be home. People are going to be off work, more likely than not, unless they out there getting that overtime. And if that's the case, get your money, get your paper. But a lot of people will be at home. A lot of people will be, playing brand new PlayStation 5s. Don't let them open that beta up to the PlayStation 4 this time around. If they have that beta on the PlayStation 4, they will really test them servers. Ooh, boy. Oh, if they really want to test them servers, let that beta be on the PS4. And I'm sorry, you caught me mid rant, but as always, gotta send a shout out to my dog Quantum. You know what I'm saying? The best moderator that one could ever ask for in this game. You know what I'm saying? You always hold me down, man. I appreciate you. So I've been watching for about 20 minutes. Glad to be here for another stream. Hope all is well. Hey, man, I hope everything is good for you, man. Handle your business, man. We good out here. Handle your business. But yeah, man. If you really want to test them servers out, drop it on Christmas. Drop it on Christmas when everybody gonna be at the crib. That's an idea also. I'm also not mad at what you said, Simeon. Shadow dropping it at the Game Awards. Do that. I'm not mad at that. But this time, if you really want to test them servers out, hey, man, drop it on the PS4. Drop it on the PS4, and we'll see what it's hitting for. See, I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive that I'm gonna be getting it on PC. I'm gonna be getting it on PC, and if I want to, stream it or something like that, I'll get it on PlayStation also. But I'll be doing most of my playing on PC. But yeah, release it everywhere. Release it everywhere. Like you said, shadow drop it at the Game Awards. I wouldn't be opposed to that, because that's a lot sooner than the holidays. Say Game Awards. Hopefully they drop the game before, so I can win our bet. I mean, there's no way it's coming out in December. There's no way Street Fighter 6 is coming out in December. No way. No way. Like if it was coming out in December, we would have known the release date in September. We would have known the release date by then. We would have known. Yeah. Even though words cannot describe how happy I would be if that joint was dropping next month. Because we're done with October. We're done. But yeah, they're gonna give themselves a couple months to properly promote this game. You know what I'm saying? That driving home, I'll pull back up shortly. Be safe on the road. Yeah, be safe on the road out here. But yeah, there's no way this joint dropping in December. Like we're going into November and we don't even know a release date. We don't even know a release date yet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm firmly of the mind state that it's going to be in February. He said it would be a cool December surprise to have Street Fighter 6 out on December 18th. Hey man, if that happens, I'll put it like this, Quantum. I would love to be wrong. Quantum, and you have absolutely no idea how wrong I want to be right now. I don't think I've ever wanted to be so wrong. But I don't think that's happening. And December 18th in particular, I would want it to be, because that day is very sentimental to your boy anyway. You know what I mean? That day is very sentimental to the kids. So December 18th would be fantastic. And it's funny you said that date specifically. I would love for it to be that day. I don't think it will be though. I don't think it will be. I don't think that they would just spring a game release up on us. I think they'll spring a beta. But they want the proper build up. They want to make sure that they roll this game out right. You know, a shadow drop is very risky. A shadow drop is risky. But I would love it. I would love it though. Let's think about it from this standpoint, Quantum, and everybody that's in here, Sim. This game already has the buzz that it has. How many commercials have you seen for Street Fighter 6? How many commercials have you seen? On television, on, you know, the ads that roll, you know, before your YouTube videos, if you don't have YouTube Premium anyway. How many commercials have you seen? I haven't seen any. I haven't seen one commercial. I've not seen one commercial for Street Fighter 6. That will absolutely change. Zero. Exactly. That will absolutely change. Like they're not gonna release anything without, you know, without a promotional rollout. Especially a brand that's as, you know, as prominent as Street Fighter. When you're as prominent as Street Fighter, like you gotta do the AAA rollout. You know what I'm saying? That's part of what makes a AAA game a AAA game. They did it for Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry actually had cool commercials. Resident Evil, you know they do that for Resident Evil. They even do it for Street Fighter DLC. I remember when Akuma, like when Akuma was announced, they had commercials for Akuma's announcement. You know, like I don't know if they were on TV, but absolutely before YouTube videos, they were letting everybody know that Akuma was on the way. I don't see them dropping this game without the proper promotional rollout. Even though, again, I would love that because in a way, no promotional rollout is a promotional rollout in itself. Like, because it's almost like, you know, it's when you have so little of something that it becomes it. You know, like how, you know, Drake, Beyonce, and things like that. You know, like when you have those types of, you know, those types of rollouts, it can actually be beneficial to the product, because they can say just like, yo, man, it becomes an organic word of mouth movement. You say, yo, man, it's out, cop it. It's out now, cop it. It's out now. But it's a risk. It is a risk, and it's a risk that I don't think is necessary for them to take. Turn the screen off. Said definitely still see Mario game commercials. Shit, I think I saw a Bayonetta 3 commercial today. Yeah, I mean, you probably did. You probably did. I mean, like, games get promoted. Games get promoted. Like, I know I've seen commercials for the Resident Evil Village Winters expansion. Like, I mean, it's normal. It's normal. Like, we're not even gonna talk about the games like God of War and COD, the shit that gets promoted during, you know, NBA games, you know, and things like that. I mean, like, the promotional budgets that are thrown towards them, Spider-Man, you know, where a game is plastered on the side of a building and on a bus and all that. Like we won't even talk about that. So have you seen the new God of War Ragnarok combat overview? I did, Q. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So it's crazy they're not doing that for Street Fighter 6 yet, and that's the reason why I don't think that they're just gonna drop it next month. I don't see them having this type of product and not having the promotional rollout for it. You will see commercials. You're going to. I think once the Game Awards pop off, that's it. After the Game Awards, when they announce the release date, because I mean, like, when you have commercials, like you gotta have it attached to a release date. Like once you have commercials, and you're putting it on TV, like, you have to let people know when they can get something. Like when trailers for movies come out, they let you know when you're gonna be able to go see it. You know, and when you see the Wakanda Forever commercials and all that, they let you know 11/11. That's when you can go see it. Like they don't have a date set for Street Fighter 6 yet, so it's not really making sense for them to show commercials yet. But wait till the Game Awards. I believe the Game Awards is when they announce that release date, and after that, you're gonna start seeing those advertisements. See, it looks glorious, doesn't it? Oh man, glorious is an understatement, my brother. My brother. We talk, man. You said, man, glorious, man. About to make me go into my Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Hold on. Father, the merger has begun. Earth is under attack, and it is glorious. It is glorious. It is glorious. Man, oh man, bruh. And shout out to homeboy that plays Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat Annihilation. He was holding it down. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely the best, worst movie I've ever seen in my life. Legendary. That movie is so bad that it's great. But yeah, man, that God of War look crazy. That God of War look crazy. That PS4 game looks so good. Oh man. But yeah, it's crazy that, you know, 7 hours of the servers being available for Street Fighter 6 set the internet ablaze once again. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. I can't wait. I can't wait, man. Let me go ahead and adjust my mic a little bit if you don't mind. But yeah, man. They responded to the Steam version getting hacked by opening up the console servers for about 7 to 8 hours. You know what I'm saying? That is so player of them. That is so player of them, bruh. He said, "Now you see why I was tripping at work." Oh man, hey, I get it. I thought somebody was on some bullshit, just like up here trolling. I thought somebody was trolling. I was like, man, like come on, man. Like man, don't play with people like this, dog. You like when you were as adamant about it as you were, I was like, all right, man, I'm gonna check this out. I was like, yeah, Bats ain't gonna be on no bullshit like this. They opened them servers up, and not only in North America, but they opened them in Asia too. I saw Upchuck; he was in the Asian servers. Something is afoot. Something is afoot, y'all. Something is afoot for sure. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take the temperature. I'm gonna take the temperature. Think this was a lead up to an open beta. SF6. Bam. Let's take the temperature. Let's take the temperature of the room. Y'all think this will lead up to an open beta? Y'all think so? Or y'all think not so? Said Street Fighter 6's release date could get a trailer by the Game Awards on the 8th of December. Whoo! I am 100% with you on it getting a release date trailer at the Game Awards. I 100% think that's the case. I don't think that it'll be, I don't think it'll be, like, hey, man, we're releasing it in 10 days. Woo! I would love to be wrong, though. Let me be wrong. Let me be wrong. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. Said November could bring more info throughout the month with an open beta on Thanksgiving weekend. I wouldn't be mad at that. Then a December 18th release date could still make sense. Commercials will roll out December 1st. That is still a very, very, very short window of time to promote. I mean, games usually don't roll out like that. Games usually don't roll out like that. I would love for it to happen. I'd love for it to happen, but man, I mean, giving yourself 3 weeks to promote a product is, man, that's tough. That's tough. And when you have a product that is this substantial, you want to give yourself months in advance. Like people were tripping about. I remember like Fallout 4. Was it 2015? Like people were tripping at the fact that it got announced. It got announced at E3 and came out in November. Like people still thought that was a short window. Man, 3 weeks, man. Three weeks is no joke. 3 weeks is no joke, man. He said, I think they just lost control and said, fuck it. I mean, I think that's always possible, Bats. So I won't rule that out. But I'll say this, man. I think the timing of it is very strange. The only thing that makes me question it is the timing. Because why would things just conveniently just go out of control a week after the game is hacked on Steam? The timing makes me question it. I mean, because like you said, that's perfectly reasonable too. Mistakes happen. People fuck up and may lose their job over fuck ups. But the timing of it is weird. The timing of it is very weird. Like the game gets hacked on Steam and the console servers are opened up a week later. Not even. Like it would be one thing if the game got hacked on Steam and the Steam servers were open. Why are the console servers open? That's what makes me think it's intentional. And it wasn't just North America. It was in Asia too. So I think they lost control at code release. But if that's the case, then why didn't this happen? Why didn't this happen sooner? Like the beta had been closed down for weeks. And then conveniently after it gets hacked on Steam, the console servers open up. So 150 codes were stolen, but that has nothing to do with the servers opening. Like, cause people can use codes. Like we all had codes, but we couldn't access the servers. The servers were open because Capcom allowed that. I don't know what happened over there. Capcom allowed them servers to be open. Like you can have a million codes out there. Those codes are to nothing. Those codes lead to nothing. They lead to a brick wall unless Capcom activates those servers. And Capcom activates the servers a week after it's been hacked. Things that make you go. Things that make you go. Now I'm talking about. Sorry for hitting the mic. Jeff, what's happening? Said that's the surprise of having a release date trailer at the Game Awards, but I don't think that would be a surprise. I don't think that's the surprise though. I think people are expecting a release date trailer for Street Fighter 6 at the Game Awards. I think the only surprise would be is if it ends up being earlier than people expected it to be. He said Capcom has positive momentum. They need to make the move and release the game before Christmas. This is why I theoretically would disagree with that, just to play devil's advocate. Yes, Capcom does have momentum, but so do a lot of other games that have been geared up and promoted for holiday pushes. You will be coming out while God of War is still white hot. Call of Duty, you already know what Call of Duty is gonna be. This is Modern Warfare 2, by the way. This is Modern Warfare, Call of Duty. This ain't gonna be no Vanguard fiasco from last year. No, this is Modern Warfare here. Call of Duty about to be back. God of War. People are still gonna be buying other games, but mainly God of War and Call of Duty. Callisto Protocol is coming out. Let's say a game releases in February. As of right now, there is not nearly as much stiff competition in February of next year. You know, you have Hogwarts Legacy, Forspoken, Dead Space, Resident Evil 4 comes out after February. Resident Evil 4 is damn near April. And all the other games would not really compete. I mean, Callisto Protocol is coming out in December. You know, Callisto Protocol comes out in December. I would say that there is less competition, and you would have a lot more eyes on your product releasing early in 2023 as opposed to the end of 2022, because you have momentum. You have momentum, but at the same time, you can't undo competition. The holidays are going to be ruled by those games people have been waiting for a long time. I'm not sure that you know, Street Fighter is going to sway them that much. I will feel a lot more comfortable putting Street Fighter out at a period of time in the calendar where it can kind of have, you know, a little bit of room to, you know what I'm saying, stretch his legs, stretch his arms a little bit without, you know, the blockbuster that is Call of Duty, and without, you know, the critical juggernaut that God of War is going to be. I would much rather deal with, you know, Dead Space and, you know, Forspoken than God of War and Call of Duty. In the holidays. God of War and Call of Duty in the holidays. Said by the 18th of December, yes, people will still be shopping. People will still be shopping. Absolutely. 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 He said Capcom could show more confidence in Street Fighter 6's launch, but that's not confidence. That's not confidence. That's not confidence at all. You continue to build on confidence knowing that you have exposed the product enough to roll out for commercial release. They still haven't exposed it enough. As many people played, you know, that played the, you know, the closed beta. There are a lot of people that didn't. And they would need more than a month of people playing the game to, you know, to be confident in releasing a game alongside God of War and Call of Duty. Those games we've known about for a long time, and people have been looking forward to. Not to mention this competition during the holidays. You don't want to shadow drop when Call of Duty is hot. Call of Duty is gonna be the hot product of this holiday season. You don't want to shadow drop during that point. When you drop Street Fighter, you want to make sure that people have known about it to the point to where everyone, or as many people as possible that want to know about it, do. Said unless Ed Boon gets tricky. I mean, I think we are going to see something Mortal Kombat related at the Game Awards. I do believe that. I mean, I don't think Ed Boon can do anything that's going to affect Street Fighter. Because I mean, regardless of you know what Ed Boon shows, he's still not going to be releasing the game until, you know, probably like around May of next year. You know, said Ed Boon don't want to compete with the Street Fighter crowd. You know the weird thing? I mean, I don't think it's a thing to where, you know, he doesn't want to compete, but I think Ed Boon also understands that he doesn't have to. He just doesn't have to. Mortal Kombat is in a position that, you know, whenever they announce something, it's going to have a certain amount of excitement around it, and it's going to sell. It's going to do well. Mortal Kombat will do well. Street Fighter needed, coming off of Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 6 needed to have this type of rollout. Mortal Kombat really doesn't. Mortal Kombat doesn't. Like, Mortal Kombat kind of inherently has, you know, goodwill based on the last 3 products that they dropped. The same way, I don't think, you know, like Tekken doesn't need to compete. Like they you know, Harada and them, they just kind of do their own thing. I think Ed Boon kind of feels the same way. I think in a lot of ways Ed Boon would even go out of his way to support. Because I remember when people were asking him, "Where's Mortal Kombat?" When, you know, when Tekken and Street Fighter were having all these, you know, reveals, people were saying, you know, is NRS next? Where's Mortal Kombat? And Ed Boon came out like, yo, man, y'all need to relax. We need to just enjoy what you're being given right here. Enjoy what these dudes doing for you. Enjoy what Harada and Capcom and Namco and all. Enjoy what they're giving you. Enjoy, appreciate that. We cooking. But I think they all kind of collectively understand that it's about building up the genre and not just building up their respective brands within it. He said the surprise for there being a release date trailer at the Game Awards is the release date would be sooner, be expected like on December 18th. It's unexpected and bold for a great franchise, but it's unexpected and bold, and it's extremely risky. It's extremely risky because I mean, like, they have a lot of goodwill, but they don't have God of War goodwill. They don't have God of War or Call of Duty goodwill. I mean, like we can't misunderstand that either. So you don't think dropping new character trailers throughout November, have an open beta Thanksgiving weekend, and release date trailer at the Game Awards for December 18th release? I don't think they'll do that. I think they could potentially do. I think they would do everything except for the last part. I think they'll do everything except for the last part. I don't think they release in December. But I think they're gonna do everything else. I think we could potentially see an open beta somewhere between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Somewhere between that period. And it could be at the Game Awards. It could be at the Game Awards. I agree with 75% of your statement. I do think there will be a release date trailer at the Game Awards. I think we're going to see character trailers dropping throughout November. I think we're going to have an open beta somewhere during the holidays. I just don't see that release. I just don't see a December release though. Said Ed Boon showing some respect and some prudence. Absolutely. And of everybody that's like in development and all that, like Ed Boon, he is absolutely the most, like, he's a troll, but at the same time you can tell like he has a legit love for the design of these games. I think he has a lot of respect, genre wide for everybody who creates within that medium. Ed Boon's a good dude. Ed Boon's solid, man. Ed Boon is solid. So I hope I'm right about this. I do too. Said it was great to get a chance to ask you. Hey, man, ask me anything, man. That's what unapologetic is, man. That's what unapologetic is, man. I get on here with loose ideas of what I want to talk about, and then I let y'all fill in the blanks. We connect the dots as we go along, baby. That's what I'm talking about, man. I love the fact that we can have this conversation. I love the fact we can have this conversation, man. But I will feel a lot more comfortable with the game dropping in February, where it doesn't have to compete with, juggernauts. Like, man, God of War looks ridiculous. God of War looks ridiculous. Call of Duty is gonna be Call of Duty, and then you're always gonna have, the obligatory, you're gonna have, the Maddens and the 2Ks that sell. Like the holidays are gonna be very, very stacked. The holidays are going to be very stacked, and it's not that I don't think Street Fighter I don't think it will flop, but I certainly don't think it would do. I don't think that release date would do service to how good of a product they have. Because I remember, matter of fact, Quantum. I'll go back to another example, an example that was very similar to me. A very, very good game that was a victim of bad timing. Titanfall 2. It was sandwiched right in between Battlefield and Call of Duty. I can't remember the Call of Duty and the Battlefields. Might have been Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1 and whatever the Call of Duty was that time in 2000. I think it was 2016. But it was sandwiched, right in between Battlefield and Call of Duty. To me, it was the best game out of the three, but it did the worst. Because you were competing with brands that were so much larger. You know, sometimes you have to get out the way. Like games have been moving their release dates out of the way of God of War for a reason. Like Forspoken, Hogwarts Legacy, all these games, they stand out the way. They stand out the way of God of War right now. And it's smart. Like it's I don't even think it's a thing about them being scared or anything like that. I think it's being smart. I think it's smart because you want to give your product the best chance that it can have to succeed. And a lot of that, depends on when you release it, not just the product. Said God of War might get that instant run back. Hey, yo, man, I'm gonna tell you this much, Ace. I was not playing when I said on was it Thursday? On a Friday stream. I stream Friday, right? Dog, I played the game like 4 times this year. This doesn't count. This doesn't count the times when I ran it back on Give Me God of War and caused myself to get all these Captain America wings of gray on the side of my damn head. This don't count towards the times when I got the platinum in 2018. I played the game 4 times this year. Every indication leads me to believe that this game right here is going to be even better. Two weeks. So I remember Titanfall 2's release. Yeah, it was unfortunate, man. It sucked. That sucked, man. It was a dope game. Yeah, it was a fantastic game. It was a dope game. Campaign was really good. Bad timing. Like sometimes it's not just about the product that you have. It's about when you release it. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I actually thought Shadow of the Tomb Raider was okay. I thought it was cool. But it released next to Spider-Man in 2018. Next thing you know, that joint was $20 a week later, seemed like. That joint was $20. It's not just about the product. You gotta know when to drop. Sometimes you just gotta make that business decision. It's like, look, I know we got this cooked crack right here, but we gotta know when to drop it, not just to drop it. We gotta drop it when we think awareness will be at its absolute highest. Because I mean, as much as people are talking about it right now, and as great of a product as they seem to have, there are a lot of people that still don't know. They can still reach more people. They could still reach more people with commercials. But not everybody's using Twitter. Not everybody using Twitter. It seems like Twitter is a large space when it comes to gaming, but it actually isn't. Actually isn't. It's a very, very small representation of the overall consumer community of video games. You gotta reach a lot of people. Gotta reach a lot of people, and you need as many different resources as possible. Said, don't matter if you got that ready right. If it's stepped on full of baking soda at one, yeah, man, for real though. Yo, what up, D? How you living, baby? Hey, man, we was talking about Street Fighter 6 a little bit, man. We kicked it a little bit about the fact that the beta, you know, the beta was open for a minute for console gamers today. You know what I'm saying? To an extent. I won't it wasn't like we was up here scrapping, having matches like we were before. But the training mode and the lobby system was back open, allowed us to, you know, get a little bit more labbing done. You know what I'm saying? My Kimberly is just that much stronger. My Kimberly is that much stronger out here. You know what I'm saying? But more so than that, we're talking about whether, you know, this mistake is going to actually be like the, you know, lead up to an open beta later on, you know, either later on next month. I keep thinking it's November already, but, you know, a month from now, December possibly, somewhere around the Game Awards. But yeah, mainly talking about that before I get into another very interesting topic of mine. You know, it made its way across the plate today. You know what I'm saying? Before you know, Street Fighter 6 decided, you know, to just set the internet on fire. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, Quantum. Absolutely. Not a mistake at all. Not a mistake at all. Genius marketing, though. Genius marketing. I like it. I like it. And I'm all for shadow dropping beta related stuff. I'm all for that. I'm all for that. He said guerrilla marketing at its finest. Facts. 100%. Said tried out the RE-verse today. He said week went back to RE3. I mean, they're different. They're different kinds of games. They're different kinds of games. Like this is their attempt to go multiplayer. I thought it was okay. Thought it was okay. Thought it was okay. I see what they're trying to do. You know, perhaps with more characters and more archetypes, you know, it better stage design. Perhaps, you know, perhaps it could grow into something. Like, you know, like it reminds me a lot of, you know, like the Dead by Daylight formula. You know, I don't know if you played Dead by Daylight or not, but it reminds me a lot of that. Dead by Daylight over time, you know, evolved into a better game. I don't know how Dead by Daylight can have Wesker. Dead by Daylight got Wesker in it, but Resident Evil's multiplayer game don't. What is going on? What they doing? What are they doing in them charter schools, boy? You know what I'm saying? How does that happen? The best villain in Resident Evil is not present. said I wasn't feeling it. I mean, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I mean, I ain't think it was weak, but I definitely ain't think it was strong either. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. But at the same time, I mean, I guess, you know, because my expectations were managed a certain type of way, that I wasn't as let down by it, because I'm not judging it by what it is right now, because I know it's going to be a game that evolves over time, you know. Said I kind of had high hopes for RE-verse. Really? He said I don't play many multiplayer games, but it looked like something I could get into. Try it. Try it out. Try it out. You might like it. Cause I mean, like, I'm not down on it. I just thought it was okay. I thought it was a foundation for something. But I don't think it's quite there yet, you know. It's a hot take. During the Game Awards, we'll see a GTA 6 release date and Black Myth Wukong release window. Woo, man. That's hibachi right there. That's hibachi right there, dog. Woo, woo. Man. Yeah, all right, and shoot from the logo if you're gonna shoot. I ain't mad at that. I definitely got the under on that though. Said Wesker would be OP. Yeah, he would. But I mean, he has to be there though. He has to be there, man. Like, They should think about that when they make a game that they say, yo, man, we're gonna make a Resident Evil multiplayer game, and all the mainline heroes and villains are gonna be playable. Like, you should already know that Wesker is gonna be a monster in that game, bruh. You already know Wesker gonna be a monster, but you can't leave him out. You can't leave him out. I mean, I do agree though. Like, Wesker would be, he'd be ridiculous. But let him be ridiculous though. Let him be. He said if we can get another Wukong trailer, it's a W. I ain't mad at that. He said I'll hope to see all of that at the Game Awards. Hey man, you and me both. Said with Leakgate, Rockstar had to show something, and Black Myth been showing too much to not give a release window. I mean, maybe it's my skepticism, but I think Leakgate is going to be the reason why we don't see something. I think people would be absolutely understanding of the fact that Rockstar doesn't show anything, because their entire source code got leaked. So it would be a pleasant surprise. It'd be a pleasant surprise, but I'm skeptical of it though. So you missed a bit of Street Fighter 6 talk, yeah. Said the game goes well, they'll bring him into the fold. I think so too. Like, I don't think you couldn't. Like, it would look bad. It would look bad if Dead by Daylight has their I don't want to say most popular, but best villain. Because Nemesis is extremely popular. Nemesis is extremely popular. So I wouldn't say most popular villain, but he is the best villain. It would look weird for Dead by Daylight to have Wesker as a villain in their own game made by them. Wouldn't have it. That looks weird. That looks weird. Said paparazzi finna win game of the year. Boom. Hey, moderators. We are gonna remove everything that Train types for how long? How long will it be? Let's see. How long it gonna be? What y'all think? We're gonna throw a little timer up here. We're gonna count down. How long is it gonna be? Let's say for the next. We'll say for the next minute. We'll just give her a cool minute. You know what I'm saying? Boom. We're gonna throw that up there. You know what I'm saying? Gonna throw that on up there. That's the train timer. You know what I'm saying? That's the train timer right there. Gonna go ahead. Everything that the train says for that amount of time, we getting up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that works. There's another one. Bam! What'd you say, Train? I couldn't see it. What'd you say? I don't even know. That's just crazy, ain't it? I think Elden Ring still wins game of the year. He said, you need to cash at me now. No, I don't. No, I don't. Hey, man. Had that joint on deck. Had that joint on deck right there. You know what I'm saying? Because if Elden Ring wins game of the year, I will cash app you that night. But not until then, dog. Said you can't silence the train. Oh, I beg to differ. Matter of fact, we about to run this bitch right back. Bam! You done started it right back up. How about that? Mods, we on the job yet again. Oh, we working hard today. We working hard today. You know what I'm saying? Playing with me. Say, you think God of War 2 gonna win? You mean that PlayStation 4 game? Hey, Ant. Remind me of all the platforms that Elden Ring launched on again. Remind me of that. You know, go ahead. Just you know what I'm saying? Just run down the list for me one time. You know what I'm saying? Run down the list for me one time. Said everything exactly, including the PlayStation 4 and even worse, the regular Xbox One. The regular Xbox One. That's even weaker than the PlayStation 4. That joint launched on the VCR Xbox One, dog. Oh man. Says not on Switch. God damn it. Hell's going on around here? Said not even a cloud version. Why is this? Hold on. We about to settle this here beef. I don't allow this. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna bring this up just a little bit. There we go. We clean. We clean. We in here. I said, do you think God of War Ragnarok will make it for the Game Awards nominations? Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, it's gonna make it. Jeff Keighley said the date. And I know it's mid-November. It's mid-November, somewhere like, you know, third week of November, something like that. Yo, the Sly Crow in the building. What's happening? Said not even a cloud version. Hey man. Hey man. Not even a cloud version. Yo, man. Nintendo gamers ain't playing that. Nintendo gamers, man, they ain't going nowhere near no Elden Ring, bro. They ain't going nowhere near that. They ain't going nowhere near that joint, dog. Yeah, they're going nowhere near that. But I will say this, though. I will say this. Regardless of what wins Game of the Year this year, I do think that this whole narrative behind, you know, cross-gen games and it's getting exhausting. It's getting exhausting. You know, like every single generation, you're running more and more into diminishing returns, and that needs to be acknowledged. The fact of the matter is, like, we're not gonna have the same generational jumps that we had during the PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 2, or even the PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3, or, you know, the leap into, you know, HD. You know, like, we're not gonna have that same level of a leap. Generational jumps come from other aspects of your experience now. You know, like the biggest jump that occurred during even the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 era was the fact that you could play most of your games online. That all of your multiplayer games you could take to the internet. It was an infrastructure that was built to support that feature. That was the core component of next gen right there. That was next gen for that generation. It wasn't just about the graphics or whatever it was. It wasn't that. It wasn't. PlayStation 4, the Xbox One generation, it's arguable what you can say that one was. It's arguable. I mean, it does look better than the PlayStation 3 generation, but when you look at those games that came out in the early years of PlayStation 4 generation, didn't look that much different. I remember I had Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Didn't look that different from the PlayStation 3 version. Even though I had it on Xbox, but still didn't look that different from the Xbox 360 version. Didn't look that different. The generational jump came actually like 3 years later when Uncharted 4 came out. That's when we saw the generational jump. So Infamous Second Son did. Yeah, from like the particle effects and that standpoint, the traversal and particle effects thing, I could see that. But from a fidelity standpoint, like, it really didn't. I don't know. Like, I didn't even get that from Infamous. I didn't even get it from Infamous the same way. Even though the character models do look, they look really good too. I won't play them, but until the PlayStation Pro patch for that, I didn't think Infamous was all that impressive either. Like Uncharted though, Uncharted hit different. And now the generational gap, or the generational jump, is reducing loading times. You know, taking the lid off of the performance barriers. You know, now you can have console gaming at up to 120 frames per second. That's cool. That to me is more significant than better graphics. Like, how much better do the graphics need to be than what God of War 2018 already was? How much better do the graphics need to be than Red Dead Redemption 2? How much better do the graphics need to be than The Last of Us 2? How much better do they need to get? Because, I mean, a lot of people are bringing up that Matrix demo, and granted, that Matrix demo was absolutely unbelievable. But it was stuttering. The joint was stuttering. Like, this hardware is not built to handle that. It ain't. He said that's mostly due to not fully utilizing the technology that exists in the current processor and chipsets. The 3-year wait for graphics to show up is then betrayed by a 5-year cycle ending. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with that. But at the same time, even when we're talking about the jumps that took place after. Even the jumps that took place after, they weren't as much of a jump as they were in the past. You know what I'm saying? It still wasn't as big of a jump as it was in previous generations. Because I mean, like once you start pushing the barrier of photorealism, you really start pushing the barrier. Once you're at the point that we hit in the PlayStation 4 generation already, it's really only so much further you can go. Diminishing returns is a real thing. Said, what's your take on remakes and remasters? Are they unwarranted, or does it depend on which IP they do? I mean, I think with any game, it depends on what IP they do, whether it's remakes, remasters, or sequels. I mean, I think that's the first thing you have to evaluate. Like, is the IP worth it? That's the first thing you have to evaluate all the time when you're taking any product into consideration. But I don't really have a take on remasters or remakes, especially with backwards compatibility on consoles being as murky as it is. Yeah, bring on the remasters and remakes. Bring them on. Backwards compatibility on consoles sucks. That's why I just got a 3090. Said true. Said I do love how end of gen graphics look. The Last of Us 2 was visually impressive. I mean, yeah. Look at The Last of Us 2. Look at Ghost of Tsushima. Look at, Red Dead Redemption 2, God of War 2018. Days Gone even looks really good. I mean, it's a lot of them. Doom Eternal. Like, I mean, there are games out here that look incredible. So like when people talk about like this, how they want this insane generational jump, like it doesn't exist anymore. We're not going there anymore, because it's only so much further you can actually go. It's only so much further you can go. People's pores are already showing on their skin. You can already see separated hair follicles. Like, how much more realistic can it theoretically get? It can't. And up, Chuck, what up, though, baby? Saw you was in them servers today, boy. Saw you was in them servers. I was in there with you. You know what I'm saying? Getting a little more lab in. I saw you online, dog. I saw you out here, dog. You ain't slick out here. You was in them Asian servers, though. You was in them Asian servers laying in the cut, man. Like, I saw you out here. I saw what you was doing, player. I saw you. Said Dying Light 2 and Plague's Tale are next generation experiences. Explain. Said that new games sometimes don't manage to look as good as the Order. Yeah, the Order 1886. That's another one. That's another one. I mean, like, how much more realistic are we gonna get? Like, how? I don't know what people are really expecting. Like, at this point, they went the best route. They went the best route. Eliminate load times and increase performance. Because visually there's only so much better we can get. And if you really want that better performance, go to PC. Go to PC. And even then, it's incremental. It's incremental. You said in terms of visual quality, A Plague's Tale is the best next gen looking? Dying Light 2 had a lot of detail for. What all games have you played recently, Crow? I mean, I'm not discounting what you're saying, but you think Dying Light 2 look better than Ghost of Tsushima? You think Dying Light 2 looks better than Horizon Forbidden West for open world games? Now, A Plague's Tale, A Plague's Tale, I can give you that. A Plague's Tale does look incredible. It does, like that does look great. But yeah, Dying Light 2 though. Yeah, like there are definitely open world games that look better. I mean, like, I don't care about I don't care about visual detail. Visual detail, like it has to look visually appealing. Said, can I put Alex in timeout for that statement? I will allow that. I'll allow that. We'll go ahead. Delete that comment. Delete that comment. Yeah. Get that up out of there, Sim. I'll do you the honors, man. I give you the honors. Yeah, we'll start up the timer on that. But yeah, like when we start talking about some of the best looking open worlds, I mean, like Horizon Forbidden West, Ghost of Tsushima, Red Dead Redemption 2. Like I don't know if Dying Light looks better than those. I don't know if Dying Light looks better than those, bruh. He said that's what I'm saying. Like Red Dead Redemption 2 looks better than next gen games. Games that were built for next gen. And I'm looking like so far, like, and maybe this is an unfair comparison because we're looking at it from two different art styles and different art approaches, but in my opinion, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart still is the best looking next gen game. It still is. Like to me, it achieves its art style better than any other next gen game I've seen. But Plague Tale does look really good. Plague Tale does look really good. I ain't mad at that. But Dying Light 2, like, nah, I don't know if I can co-sign that one. But yeah, there are several open world games I've seen that, you know, look more visually appealing. But yeah, man, Red Dead 2 looks incredible, man. See, I say Returnal's up there and Demons. Oh, I forgot about Demon Souls. I forgot about Demon Souls. Yeah, that too. That too. Demon Souls looks incredible. Returnal. I think a lot of the luster with Returnal is the spectacle of it, which, you know, I understand that too, but I don't think that it's this incredible looking game. I think, you know, it's the spectacle of it that is impressive about Returnal. Speaking of, I want to go back to that game. I want to go back to that game. I always just forget about it. I forget that I have it. I just forget. Said Dying Light on PC is insane. I mean, said the NPCs don't all look good though. I mean, but that's part of it. That's part of it, because if we're gonna compare, like, if you're saying like it's one of the best looking games, yeah, that has to be a part of it. That has to be part of it, player. Because that's not gonna, like, if we start comparing it to Red Dead Redemption 2, I mean, because so we're gonna go PC port for PC port. If I pull up Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC, and you telling me that not all the NPCs look good on Dying Light 2, nah, bruh, that ain't gonna fly with Rockstar. That ain't gonna fly with Rockstar, man. All that shit gonna be fly. All that shit gonna be fly over there. He said the NPCs in Ghost of Tsushima NPCs in Ghost of Tsushima look great. You know what I'm saying? Ghost of Tsushima looks incredible. I can't say Tsushima tonight. Why can't I say Tsushima? Horizon Forbidden West. The NPCs look great in that game. All of them. All of them. The NPCs, the enemies, the designs, all of them look incredible in that game. You could even say in not Forbidden West, Zero Dawn, they look great. The animation wasn't the best as far as, you know, like the facial animations and things like that, but the detail of the characters looks incredible. Looks incredible. Yeah, man. Yeah, you miss me with Dying Light, bruh. You missing me with Dying Light. And I like Dying Light, but nah, like it ain't up there. It's levels to this. It's levels to this here. Said Ghost of Tsushima is one of the best looking games that we've seen in a while when it comes to when it came out of shit still to this day. I would say so. I would say so. I mean, I think there are games that I think do look better, but not many. I would say it looks better than 90%. 90% of games. 90% of very, very high profile games that get equal or more attention. You know? Ghost of Tsushima looks incredible. Ghost of Tsushima is incredible, and it understands how to make its things look good too. You know, it understood. They understood over there at Sucker Punch. Whoever was in charge of environmental design and things like that, give them a raise. Give them a raise. Says shit look better than Elden Ring. I mean, you can say that about a lot of games, to be honest, though. Like the appeal of Elden Ring is not its visuals. It isn't. It isn't. That could be said about a lot of games. Yeah. Elden Ring ain't gonna blow nobody's skirt up visually. But, you know, the people who are crazy about that game, you know, they care about the other things. Said Control looked better than Elden Ring. I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong. I mean, I think that's when we start going to, you know, a more comparable conversation. But I don't think you're wrong necessarily. I think it actually might be. Up, up. All right, you gotta go. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get all of them out of there. Go ahead and get them up out of there. I mean, I appreciate the offer, 69girls.xyz. I appreciate the offer. That's real of you, but I think we cool over here, player. You know what I'm saying? Said, what the fuck are these neighborhood girls doing? I don't know what they doing. I don't know what they doing. Said Quantum Fast. Hey man, you gotta have your trigger finger ready, man. Gotta have that trigger finger ready, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's why, man, shout out to the mods out here. Shout out to the mods out here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all of y'all, man. All of y'all quick draw McGraws out here. I got a squad full of Cherokee Bills, baby. So I use it wisely now. Hey man, I ain't mad at you though. I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? Said my squad stand up. You already know. Said rub it in. Hey. I'll start the timer. Who wanna rub it in again on the train? Who wants to do it? Who wants to rub it in? I'll start the timer as soon as I see it. Oh, Simeon. Sim takes absolutely no time. The timer is started. So had to learn from the first body. Yeah, man. It wasn't even the body itself, man. It was what it was over. Boom. What did you say, train? Couldn't see it. Did somebody else see it, or is the train invisible? I don't know. Somebody tell me. Let me know. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. Like, man, Bats time somebody out for saying they like Mortal Kombat. That's it. Boom. Out of there, train. You're out of there. Boom. You're out of there again. Train got derailed, player. The Amtrak got delayed, player. That next year we get some next gen only joints. So maybe next year we see how the devs can show these machines off. I believe so. But I don't think we should go in expecting something that's just gonna be like so mind-blowingly different. I don't think it's gonna be that anymore. Because that jump has gotten progressively smaller every single generation. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be a situation that from a game design standpoint, I think things are gonna be faster. I think there are gonna be fundamental things that you're gonna notice that are gonna be a little bit different. Like things are gonna be faster. Performance is gonna be more solid. You know, certain things that would take a long time to load, like going from one part of a map to another. Just it's gonna be nothing now. And a whole lot of those things that people are complaining about as of right now, about the little corridors that you have to slide through, that were very, very prevalent in God of War, very prevalent in Final Fantasy VII Remake. I don't think those would be as those be as prevalent as we start moving into next generation. But the graphical jumps, I don't think it's gonna be there like that. Said the people want their minds melted, not shit we've already done. Seen Twitter, yeah, man. Like, I mean, people are entitled. People are entitled to their opinion. I ain't about to go back and forth with these people like that. But I think we should be more realistic. I think we should be more realistic when assessing what a generational leap needs or is capable of being in 2022. Said load time slowly going away. I mean, I don't even think it's slowly. I don't even think slowly. Like it's gone. Like the emergence of these SSDs pretty much wiped that out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody except, you know, NBA 2K has gotten the memo as far as that goes. For some reason, NBA 2K was the only game, or at least NBA 2K22 was the only game that still wanted to have PlayStation 4 load times on the PlayStation 5. Fucking bullshit, man. Anyway, I ain't about to go into 2K, but yeah, but the load times thing, that's already being handled. That's already been handled. Like that was the biggest selling point of, you know, next gen or current gen now. That was the biggest selling point of it. You know. So I'd be switching between games like nothing. Absolutely. Absolutely. I guess I can turn this Xbox off now. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. I don't expect generational jumps like that. Even like when we see Spider-Man 2. I think it's gonna look incredible, but at the same time, Spider-Man 1 looked incredible. So I mean, look at what Spider-Man 1 looks like on PC. Look at what Horizon Zero Dawn looks like on PC, and that's a 2017 game. Look at what God of War looks like on PlayStation or PC. Doesn't really matter. Look at what God of War Ragnarok looks like. Do games really need to look better than that? Like, what is better? What is better? Like, when you have something that looks that good, what is better? When you have Red Dead Redemption 2 that came out in 2018, how much better do games really need to look? I mean, they can theoretically look better, but like, do they need to look better? No. I'd much rather have things that make my experience more convenient. But hey, different strokes for different folks. Said I keep meaning to buy another SSD. I'm lacking. Hey man, it's a lot of games coming out, man. Said yeah, at this point, give me good frames per second, fast load times, and haptic feedback, and I'm good. Yeah. And I mean, the games do still look better than the PlayStation 4 counterparts too. Like, I mean, let's also discuss that. I mean, they do look better. They do. They do look better. But it's all those other things in combination with the better fidelity that really makes it a next gen experience to me. Because I remember playing, you know, I'm playing God of War right now. God of War to me has some of the shorter load times. It's not Ghost of Tsushima short, but it has some of the shorter load times, and it's still longer than every PlayStation 5 game I played. I won't even talk about Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn has horrible load times. The Last of Us 2, horrible load times. So when people say that there's not much of a difference between PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, yeah, you know what? Go back to a PlayStation 4 and let me know how you feel. Go back to a PlayStation 4. These are people that are speaking from being comfortable with the convenience that PlayStation 5 actually offers them, and they don't remember how long they would have to wait for just worlds to load on a PlayStation 4 because of the older hard drive system. It is what it is. So how much do graphic specs really matter, PC versus console? Honestly, it depends on the game. That is highly dependent on the game. It's very difficult to make that determination based on, just making a generalized umbrella statement. Said games need more incremental improvements, yet increasing detail and graphical fidelity and frame rate should come along for the ride too. Oh, absolutely, and they do. But I think people marginalize the incremental improvements that make your overall gaming experience better, making jumping into online games more convenient, more seamless. Loading times shrunken to less than 10 seconds when they would normally be over a minute. I think people really marginalize the importance of those features because they want to see something. They want to see this eye candy so bad that they marginalize everything else that came with it. I remember playing at sub 30 frames per second on AAA games. Now I'm playing them at locked frame rates, whether it's the lock 40 that I may play at, or going up to as high as 70, 80, 100, 120. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that seems to get that just gets kind of swept under the rug because people want their eyes to melt. Said, but Horizon Zero Dawn is so pretty. Absolutely, and I'm not saying it's not worth it, but just if we're talking about the times in itself, like I compare to how long it took Horizon Zero Dawn to load to how long it takes Horizon Forbidden West to load. Both extremely beautiful games, but the load times are night and day between the two. Night and day. Said higher fidelity versus frame rate. How much does it matter when it comes to enjoying a game? It depends on the game. Depends on the game. Yeah, it just ultimately depends. It depends on the game, man. If you're playing, competitive shooters and things like that, I mean, you want that performance. If you're playing competitive shooters or, games that, rely on, split-second responses, you're going to optimize for performance. If not, you may want your game to look a little bit prettier. You know what I'm saying? If it's, just a game that, you're just kind of going on a ride with, you just may want it to look a little bit prettier at the cost of frame rate. It depends on the game. There's no set in stone answer for either one. Said, coming from the old school, I never cared about any of that stuff. Now it seems like if you ain't with it, forget it. I mean, but that's because by and large we're getting to that point to where things the games and the gaming machines, the platforms that they're on, are becoming more like tech as opposed to like toys. So anytime that something, that a piece of technology evolves from, just being a toy to being a piece of technology, like a piece of very, very sophisticated technology, which is what these consoles are. I mean, they're toys, but they're very, very sophisticated technological toys. people care about that kind of stuff. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, and at the same time, I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with not caring about it. You know, play and do what you like. Play and do what you like, man. But I mean, hey, I came from the same old school, and I care about that stuff. I care about that stuff because ultimately that kind of stuff affects your experience playing a game more than anything else does, perhaps. You know what I'm saying? So I absolutely care about frame rates. Even if I'm optimizing to have the prettiest picture, that joint better be steady. That joint better be steady now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just gonna be playing at any old frame rate just to make a game look pretty. You know, you need to have that. You need to have that little bit of a, you know, tech head aspect of it, because it's more sophisticated now than it ever was. These aren't the old school times. You can appreciate what you had then, but what you had then is not what you have now. It's different. It's different. It's a lot better. It's capable of a lot more. And with that, you gotta care about those. You gotta care about those cursors and those sliders a little bit. Comes with the territory, man. You know, God of War 2018 would not have been possible on a Super Nintendo. You know? But yeah, man. I'm gonna use that kind of segue into, you know, another conversation that I found a little bit interesting. Hey, Bats, man, in particular. It's getting to the point where the FGC is starting to pick up a little, starting to have a little bit of heat revolving around. So I think you underestimate the power of the SNES, man. Stop. Lupe Fiasco has spent the last 24 hours or so having a whole lot to say about the boy Chris G. Now, for those who don't know who Chris G is, man, very accomplished fighting game player. You know, very good at Marvel vs. Capcom. Perhaps, maybe even the best Marvel vs. Capcom 3 player overall, perhaps. I believe he also played Dragon Ball. I believe he played a little bit of Street Fighter. Not sure what else he played, but I mainly know him from Marvel. Lupe Fiasco has been popping off at the mouth with this dude. Lupe Fiasco, platinum selling rapper. Platinum selling hip hop, not rapper, platinum selling hip hop artist, has been going off at the mouth, talking all kinds of cash to Chris G. Now I ask you, how do y'all feel about the worlds of video games and hip hop colliding? He said, I think Lupe is building up the drama for a Street Fighter 6 match next year. Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. He did the same thing, like he blew up off of his match with Daigo. He blew up off his match with Daigo in the FGC, where Daigo let him win. Like we you know, like there's been a whole lot of debate about whether, you know, like the legitimacy of said match between Lupe Fiasco and Daigo. Daigo let him win. But it was still a dope show. But this now has people talking and showing a level of interest in a grudge match between Chris G and Lupe Fiasco. And Lupe has been talking a whole lot of cash money talk. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of, one of the things that he said was that nobody plays Marvel. That's not true. You know what I'm saying? If I run into Lupe, he got a set coming based on that. You know what I'm saying? Well, I gotta holler at Lupe. I gotta pull Lupe to the side. Like, yo, man, you got to run that set for what you said about Marvel. But I digress. You saying that that Chris G can't step outside of Marvel and had that same type of pool with him. Calling him out a little bit. And then Chris G responds and says, run the set. I'll jump in any game you want. And Lupe deleted the tweets, apparently. Now that was the only move that I just thought that wasn't kosher. Said called it. All right, fair enough. All right, yeah. I was trying to keep it cool, Bats. He did call him a bum now. He did. Called him a bum. And this is also on the heels of Waka Flocka Flame calling out Sonic Fox. Now Chris G, I don't know. If you get Chris G outside of Marvel, you may have a lucky day on. You call out Sonic Fox on pretty much any fighting game, man, that you signing your death warrant, player. Waka Flocka calling out Sonic Fox. And I believe it was Mortal Kombat. I believe it was Mortal Kombat that he called Sonic Fox out. He said Waka called out who? Sonic Fox. The Sonic Fox, man. Probably the best overall fighting game player ever. By this time, I think it might be safe to say that he's at least in the top 3 of best fighting game players of all time, based on everything that he's played and everything that he's done and continues to do. He's at least in the top 3. You got Daigo, you got Justin Wong, and him. Calling out Sonic Fox, man, like you asking for it. You asking for a public beatdown. You know what I'm saying? And I'm for it. You know, if that's Waka, you know what I'm saying? That's what Waka after. Say, yeah, him, Wawa and go on. Nah, not there yet. Not there yet, man. You get like Justin Wong and Daigo. Justin Wong and Daigo, they cemented. They've gone across too many games from too many different eras, man. You know what I'm saying? Justin Wong and Daigo definitely got those other 2 spots. Said years of lean damage that man brain cells, man. Something. Waka out here calling out Sonic Fox of all people. Hope he know what he doing. Hope he make the most of it. And I'll say this: I love the energy. That is brought. And see, in this Bats is one of the things that we were talking about. We need to do things to help expand the community more. Things like this. Yo, Sim, be good, player. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Things like this, man. Absolutely just ingest a little bit of energy into the community. Now I'm talking about. He said, I'll pull up to the stream to watch that ass. Hey, man, I would too. I'll be in there. I'll be in there for sure. Yeah, it's not just enough for the community to, you know, to be spearheading everything. We need to make this as multifaceted as possible. I love the fact that Lupe Fiasco is talking this types of crazy. The fact that we got Waka Flocka Flame coming in here, bringing the energy. One thing also that Lupe said. He said that Lupe off two matches became a higher paid fighting game player than Chris G was. Ooh, if that's true, if he really spitting bars with that, ow, gut punch. Lupe came in talking cash, man, but he should have doubled down, man. Like he deleted the tweets. He deleted the tweets afterwards. He said, I mean, Chris did get banned at one point. Yeah, he did. I don't know if he's still banned or not. Is he still banned? I know he was banned for a minute. Yeah, because he was saying some wild shit. He was saying some wild shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm leaving my personal feelings out of it. But okay, the ban has left it. Okay. I mean, I'm leaving my personal feelings up out of it. But yeah, I'm sure it did hurt him. But I mean, at the same time, Chris G was cooking for a minute. He had a hell of a lot more matches than Lupe did. Chris G has won majors. Chris G has won majors. So for Lupe still, even with the ban, to jump out of pocket on that. Said, what is this world coming to? Next thing you know, Ice-T say he'll beat Dr. Disrespect and Kai. I hope so. I want this kind of energy. I want these worlds to collide. I want it to be common. I want it to be commonplace. Because this is what we were talking about. It has to become cool. It has to become it has to have a crossover appeal that makes it cool on the mainstream basis to make it grow. You need that. We need influencers that are influencers in pop culture and not just influencers in tech and gaming. You know what I'm saying? Said Lil Yachty did call someone out in COD. I remember he did. That's true. He did. Yeah, he was calling out the female gamers, right? All these new female gamers that are just coming up out of the blue. He said he was challenging them, right? Said, Jedi, who are you gonna call out? Hey, man, who plays? Who plays? Hey, man, I have an open door policy. Said Snoop Dogg will pull up on people in Madden. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's another one. But at the same time, Madden is already popular though. You know what I'm saying? Madden is already so popular. Like Madden is already crossed over. Madden is Madden. Like Madden is associated with football. Football is like it's almost not even considered a fully a video game. It's considered a football game. Just like 2K. You know what I'm saying? Like 2K is basketball to these people. Like it ain't just a video game. It's 2K. You know what I'm saying? We needed this for the FGC though. The FGC could use more of this types of energy. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody There's nobody popular enough in that culture to make it mainstream, to the point to where it transcends just the niche itself. We needed this. Say NBA players be trash in 2K. Yeah, I mean they be too busy playing the real game. They be too busy playing the real game. That's true. There has to be someone famous who talks too much that you want to teach a lesson. Quallen trying to get me in trouble. That one of these famous players who think they got it like that. He said, "I'll beat the shit out of Taylor Swift and DN now." Okay, so you're referring to a player I would call out. You're referring to a player I would call out. So not necessarily now. Okay, I thought you were talking about what hip hop artist or what player would I call out? I don't think I would call out any player necessarily. But I mean, there are absolutely people I welcome matchups with. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely, people I welcome matchups with. Yipes. I said both. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, as far as like players and people in the community, I like to run with or against or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yipes. That's the man. That dude's a legend. Yipes, Maximilian dude, Rob TV. Rob TV is that's my guy right there. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't even call him out from the standpoint of, you know what I'm saying, just, you know, I wouldn't call him out, you know, from the aspect of, you know, like trying to start up drama. I love what Rob TV is about. You know what I'm saying? Because he understands it the same way. He understands it the same way that he's trying to grow it from a standpoint that he's trying to inject star appeal into it. I'm all for that. But yeah, man. See, I'm still waiting on that 1v1 with Jet and Hip Hop Gamer. I would love that. I would love that. And hip hop is my guy, man. I rocks with hip hop, man. We definitely got to set that up. We definitely got to set that up, man. We should make that happen. We should make that happen. I might even reach out to hip hop for that. I might even reach out to hip hop. Yeah, who else? Who else, man? I mean, any player, any fellow player. Like I don't like it's nobody like I want to like shut up or anything like that. I just be cool. You know what I'm saying? To scrap with certain people. Yeah. But as far as rappers, I want to play Lupe now. I want to play Lupe for what he said about Marvel. Yeah, I want to play against Lupe Fiasco because of what he said about Marvel. You know what I'm saying? There are more than 7 people that play Marvel, sir. And this one right here that played Marvel will clean you up as Street Fighter 2 player. Not Street Fighter 2 as in the game Street Fighter 2, but Street Fighter also player. I clean you up. I'll pack you right up, player. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, get Lupe. Yeah, man, we had to get Lupe up in here. Gonna have to get Lou up in here, man. I don't appreciate what he said about Marvel, dog. I ain't like that. I ain't like that shit. Yeah, man. We can get Lou up in here. You know what I'm saying? If Waka play Mortal Kombat, man, get him an agent running the game. You know what I'm saying? Man, yeah, man. But yeah, definitely Lupe the one. Lupe the one though. Lupe is in the crosshairs right now. Lupe in the crosshairs for sure for what he said about Marvel. I took that one personally. Said Lupe a stand-up dude. Yeah, man, like man, this is all jokes, man. These are all jokes, man. I rocks with Lupe. I rocks with Lupe because the mere fact that he's shining a light on the community in this type of way, man, is dope. That is fire. That is fire. You know what I'm saying? Like I love that. I love that. We need more of it. We need more of it. Like I want these rappers that do play fighting games. These rappers that do play fighting games, I want them to wear it on their sleeve more. I want them to wear it on their sleeve more. Matter of fact, not even Lupe. Lupe would be second on the list. How many of y'all remember when Michael B. Jordan was doing some type of video for PlayStation, and for whatever reason, he brought up Marvel vs. Capcom 2. For whatever reason, he brought up MVC 2. I would challenge Michael B. Jordan to Marvel vs. Capcom. He could pick whichever entry. Don't even matter. I would challenge Michael B. You know what I'm saying? I would absolutely challenge Killmonger. He said, when my high school homie died of cancer, he actually paid for his funeral. Oh man, that's dope. That's dope, man. That's dope, man. Like he always, he comes off like a cool individual. He comes off like a cool individual, man. Yeah, it comes off as a very cool individual, and that's the thing, like I think we need. I don't want to say more business minded. I don't want to say business minded, but we need people that are more prepared to take advantage of certain situations, like what happened today. Oh man, I guarantee, man, if Lupe had been calling me out like that, we'd be setting something up. It seemed like Chris G kind of like dropped the alley-oop by taking it too personal. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Chris G might have dropped the alley-oop, man. But I do love the energy nonetheless, man. I think the energy of it is dope. We need more instances like this that make people who don't inherently care about fighting games to make it a more watchable sport or a watchable event. Said Mike ain't no gamer. He pissed on himself when Bo killed. Hey man, you don't know that, dog. You don't know that for sure, man. You don't know that for sure, man. Hey, man, Michael B might pull up. He might pull up, man. But yeah, man, I want to fight him in Marvel. I want some of that Marvel action. And if I can't get Michael B. Jordan, I gotta holler at Lou. I got yo, man, come on, Lou. You can't say these types of things about Marvel, dog. You can't say these types of things about Marvel, baby. So yeah, Lou, man, we gonna have to throw them hands, baby. We gonna have to throw them hands, man. Said gotta capitalize when that spotlight is on you. Absolutely. Like you have to approach controversy like rappers and battle rappers. You know what I'm saying? You have to approach these certain like little like controversial nuggets that somebody gives you. You gotta take it and run with it. Man. Because if you blow something like that up, pause, you can end up creating an event that shines such a bright spotlight on what you do. We've already seen the numbers that Evo could do. Like, now it's about creating the next Evos. You know, making it so people don't just wait until Evo to start paying attention to fighting games. You know what I'm saying? Paying attention to fighting games in that manner. It can't just be Evo that draws in those types of numbers. Now, there are other tournaments too, but they're not Evo yet. They're not. It's about building these other events up that lead to Evo just as much. That way you keep people engaged longer. You keep people invested longer. And one way to do it is to ingest personality into it and not just competition. And when you ingest personality, you've got to have people that are experts in the personality aspects of showmanship, of entertainment. That's one thing I love about, you know, like the Rob TVs and, you know, Lupe Fiasco. If he decides to really jump into this thing like that, there are people that legitimately understand the entertainment aspect of it as much as the performance aspect of it. You know, when I say performance, I mean, like, you know, competitive performance, obviously. You've got to have both. You got to have both if you want it to grow into what you want to grow it into. It's the unscrupulous ideas and activities, Gilbert. Not sure what that pertained to. I'm lost. I'm slow. Said might be definitely gaming now. Steve Harvey daughter broke his heart, man. Hey man, did that? Hey, you know what? Nothing. Yup. He definitely gaming now. You know, hey, he a little busy though. He a little busy. Said, and oh, okay, and okay, all right, for sure. Got you. Okay. Yeah, hibachi. Yeah, man. Hey, Michael B doing all right, man. He got a blockbuster on his hands, man. That Creed 3 looking righteous. But yeah, man. We need more situations like this, man. So hopefully somebody is on their teams. When, you know, speaking of, you know, Sonic Fox and Chris G, about setting this up so that they don't squander this attention that this, you know, that this situation could be involved with. Hopefully not. That'd be unfortunate. That'd be unfortunate, man. 'Cause I know, man. Yo, let me sniff an opportunity like that. Let me sniff an opportunity like this. He said, when do you think we would see some major crossover matches from these players and celebrities? Who knows? It could be any moment. I mean, because it's already happened with Lupe Fiasco fighting Daigo. Like, there's already a precedent for it. I think it could happen anytime, and it should happen as often as possible. I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. I don't think it has to wait until, you know, major events like Evo. I think it should be used to build up some events that aren't as big as Evo, to give them a certain level of cachet, you know, to bring, you know, mass amounts of eyes on it. You know, don't just have a celebrity tournament, you know, like where, you know, you have Shaq going against Lupe and Snoop Dogg going up against, you know, whoever. You know, don't do that. Have the players have a legit community-based event. Have a legit community-based event that involves these people in some capacity. You can be creative on even their involvement, you know. But Have it to where at Combo Breaker, or what's the one in the one that's in Canada? Whatever. Any of these events. I'm not sure how many are still going on, but man, build up some of these other events so that Evo is not the only one that's getting bought out. Have it to where all of these events are getting bought out eventually. Bought out and built up even more. And I think slowly but surely we're getting more people that understand that concept. Said, good idea. Maybe at a major tournament, something that would get some major attention from the FGC and gaming overall. Absolutely. That's the thing. Like Evo to an extent already has that, I guess you could say. Like, if you have 1 million people watching it, like you're already trending in the right direction. But something like Combo Breaker, that's still a little bit smaller. Pause. Get Lupe to come out for that. Get Lupe to come out for that and set up that grudge match. You know what I'm saying? Set up that grudge match. Said that could help that particular event transcend the reach of the gaming community. Absolutely 100%. I mean, and even if it's not the gaming community, it would at least help the fighting game community. Because to an extent, I mean, the gaming community is already it's so widespread. Like there are 30 million people that buy Call of Duty. I don't think the gaming community really needs help, growing like that. But the fighting game community could absolutely use it. The fighting game community and the competitive community aspect behind fighting games could absolutely use it. Yeah, man, what time is it? Man, y'all got any more questions for a player, man? Y'all got any more questions for a player, man? Y'all got any more questions for a player? What's going on here? I was hearing me in my headphones. Hopefully y'all didn't hear that too. I was hearing me. But yeah, man, y'all got any questions? Y'all got any questions for me, man? Holla at your boy. If not, man, your boy's gonna grub it up. Absolutely, your boy's gonna grub it up. Said you check out Black Adam. I did not check out Black Adam. Yeah, I'm cool on DC. I'm cool on DC. Say, oh, you did hear it? Man, my bad on that. Said 2 out of 10. Yes. That's yeah. That's what I've been hearing. And to be honest, man, I'm cool on DC in general. Anyway, I'm cool. Old Mike Lowry gonna be all right. But I did hear that people are excited about the post-credit scene. People are excited about the post-credit scene, but yeah, I'm not. I'm not a DC guy, so it wouldn't have that same impact on me necessarily. Said we have one more mod yet to be given that wrench. Alex should be giving her wrench. I think she could be an asset to the mod squad if given a chance. You know, I think that could be, except that when I gave her a wrench in the past, she did absolutely nothing but abuse that authority in the short-lived period of time in which she had it. You know, she absolutely misrepresented the power that comes from being a mod. It even got her demoted out of the VIP on the Twitch channel. You know what I'm saying? Forced her back down in the general admission because her performance was just so walkie-talkie. A second chance, maybe. I'll sleep on it. I'll sleep on it because you recommended it. Because you recommended it, Quantum. I'll sleep on it. I consider that. I consider that because you know what I'm saying. You be looking out. You be looking out. But just know, she would be getting the ultimate side eye though. She'd be getting the side eye for sure. Because of what she's already shown me in her track record as a mod. You know what I'm saying? We take the mod status over here so seriously, as you know, right? Train be big twipping when she has a wrench next to her. She be twipping. But because you recommended it and you giving her that cosign, all right, cool. So I still have it on GCG and Trap House. Okay. Well, what do you want? What do you want for that, Train? What exactly is that supposed to mean over here, player? Do I look like somebody that just follows suit, player? Do I come off as that person that just does what everybody else does? Do I look like that person, Train? What are you trying to say? What are you getting at, Train? What do you mean? You want the trifecta? Oh, you want? So you see, this is what makes me very, very skeptical, Quantum. Person coming in, making demands, gonna tell the Jet on the Jet show what she wants. See, it's about what she wants and not about the service that she can offer. That's why I'm not sure that she's ready, Quantum. I'm not sure she's ready. See, listen to Bats. Listen to Bats, Train. Listen to Bats. You talking your way out of the position. You just talking your way right out of the position. You talking your way out of the position so much, you this close from getting timed. Matter of fact, boom. How about that? Bam. Where that timer at? Bam. That's where we at with it. Don't tell me I want the trifecta. She up here using her mod status as trophies instead of about the service that she's offering to the community. Unbelievable. You see, this is why we gotta watch the Twain. This is why the Twain she got motives. The Twain has motives out here. We gotta keep her at bay. You know what I'm saying? She gets a wrench by her name, and all of a sudden, she like, oh yeah, that's my status. They're worried about the body like a serial killer. You know what I'm saying? Said keep, man. All right, yeah, that was such a horrible pun. I'm gonna time you out again. Boom. We're gonna run that clock right back. Yeah, because that was just so bad. All right, that was just so bad. Yeah, man. We gonna go ahead, get you up out of here once again. Yeah, go ahead, get you clean out of here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the reason. That's the reason why Train she just ain't completely trustable with that kind of power. That's why. You know? What I tell you what. I'll think about it. I think about it nonetheless. And we'll have another poll on Thursday. We'll have another poll on Thursday. We'll take it to the community. If y'all think the Twain has earned a mod spot, by the end of the day, we will decide. Just because, you know, Quantum recommended it. Vote now. Exactly. That vote now will be popping. Vote now will be popping. To at least give it some thought, it would be up to Alex to maintain the mod status. She should get that chance at least. See, yeah. The reason why I'm apprehensive is because of what she did with that chance. Oh, Dre. Oh, don't even trip. Don't even trip. Boom. There you go. You know what I'm saying? There you go, Dre. I abuse a thimble full of power. Yeah, exactly. You do, Twain. You do, Twain. You do. Wow. That was just crazy. That was just crazy, Train. Do you see how she reacts? Do you see how she reacts? Do you see the instant instability that just possessed her? I can't have that type of instability within my mod team. It's just crazy. She said admittedly she abuses a thimble full of power. Then she just totally spazzes out and said she hated me. Oh, my feelings are hurt now. I don't think I can handle the mental anguish of seeing Alex with a wrench by her name. I don't think I can. I think the decision has been made, ladies and gentlemen. I can't have that type of abusive behavior coming from my mods. I can't have that. My mods can't hurt my feelings like that. See, you told me to cry. Said no one could hate you and come to all your live streams. I think she comes to watch me suffer. She comes here on the odd occurrence that I just could be suffering. She said she hated me and then telling me to cry. That's awful. She knows how sensitive I am. She knows how sensitive I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, for her to, I mean, I did absolutely nothing to deserve that. That was just so inappropriate. Because you asked, Quantum, I won't completely remove her from consideration, but I'll say this. Her toxic behavior is really destroying her case here. I'm just saying. She told me to cry and now I can't stop crying. It's terrible. Just the toxicity. I would never get that from my other moderators. I would never get that from my other mods that don't abuse their authority. Oh, so now Train wants to be quiet just so she can maybe get her wrench. You see how disingenuous that is? Do you see how disingenuous that is, ladies and gentlemen? So as prosecutor, I'm going to ask that my client be removed for his own mental health. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I feel like I've personally gone through enough. Can we dismiss? Can we dismiss and reconvene on Thursday? I don't think I can handle any more of this. Now she's saying it's crocodile tears. Now she's mocking me. Now she's mocking me. That my client suffers from being from Utah. I do need a moment, Bats. I do need a moment. I would like to thank everybody. I would like to thank everybody for showing up to this live stream. You know, anybody that pulls up on the back end, I appreciate y'all. Leave a comment down below, and if you haven't done so already, follow me on social media. You know what I'm saying? It's Official Jedi on most things. You know, so be sure to hit your boy up. You know what I'm saying? And on Thursday, we shall find out if, the angry, bitter, toxic, disgruntled employee known as Train can finally get a wrench next to her name. Even though she hasn't done anything. She hasn't done anything to help her case so far. Okay. I won't say anymore. I won't say anymore. All right. I won't say anymore. I got a little beside myself. Got a little razzle dazzle. I'm back to myself. Yes, that is true. Shout out to Ant Dog, Bats, man, appreciate you. Train, appreciate you pulling up, even though that you're being completely toxic and evil, Dre, Sim, Dallas, and lastly, but definitely not leastly, my dog Kwame. You know what I'm saying? Always being extremely helpful, extremely welcoming, extremely active in the community, man. I'll see y'all on Thursday. I must collect myself from all of the abuse that I've received. You guys, take care of yourselves and each other. I'll see you Thursday. Peace.